Well, hello everybody from the beautiful Pacific Northwest, one of the last few sunny days before the rains come this winter. I'm Allison.
And I'm Lynn.
Alley Cat and Sherpa here, drinking beers, getting ready to do a little bit of Airstream renovation. Demo time! It's demo time!
And we have some big news. We have decided to launch a website, which we're still working on, so don't look for it yet. Offgridishliving.com. What is off-gridish living, Lynn?
Oh, freedom!
That's what we're starting with this Airstream, is we're trying to simplify down to the Airstream.
What's that you got on your head there?
Buck wild.
Our hope is to one day get our own property, put said Airstream on property, and then continue to save up and do what we're trying to do to have a simpler life.
So we bought this Airstream about 6 weeks ago. It's a 34-foot trailer, 1992 Airstream Classic.
Mm-hmm.
And
the Excella model.
It's got a lot of the old original interior, which we're removing because we are going to gut it to redo the insulation and then put all kinds of new shiny objects inside.
What's going on here? Are you trying to help us? Your ears look a little funny.
Airstream does a pretty good job making stuff, so if we can just use those things as templates, then that'll help us out for when we recreate what it is we're trying to achieve in there.
So today's a lot of unscrewing things. Screwing things backwards. That didn't sound right.
Honey.
Oh yeah, come to mama. Come to mama. Oh yeah. The first screw is loose.
Wow.
Using a screwdriver that moves fast. Anyway, that's what we're doing today, and then our next video we're gonna hopefully get it all done so we can see what she looks like without the 1990 medium brown gold handle shelving.
That is really good
drawers.
point. Like, I would call a lot of the interior brown-ish.
Very 90s.
Ish.
In the 90s, I was in middle school and high school. Now I am an environmental journalist based here in Seattle. And Lynn trains law enforcement and also does counter-poaching work in South Africa, which all means that we're trying to move towards a very unconventional future while currently living very conventional lives, which makes it difficult because time is of the essence. And as we were looking at Airstreams before we bought this one, the number one reason that people were selling their Airstream was because they just ran out of time. Mm-hmm. They were like, we had no idea what we were signing up for, and I'm sure we're gonna get to the point where we're like, what did we do? But the dream is before us, and you just have to stay focused on it, like Charlotte. Meet Charlotte, the spider that lives outside our front door.
There's Charlotte spinning her web. Can learn a lot from a spider. They just stay mission focused. Actually, I think she's eating something right now. Hey, Charlotte.
The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout.
She's gonna be our inspiration.
Charlotte is teaching us a lot about focus and
Like focusing not on freaking out when you walk past her. Focus.
Charlotte is like Yoda. There is no try. There is only do or do not.
For those of you who don't know me, know this, I am not a very big fan of spiders. In fact, I have a very strong phobia of spiders. I will dive underwater at night. I will jump out of aircraft thousands of feet above the surface of the earth. I will get into gunfights. I don't do spiders. I cannot handle spiders.
Let's just clarify gunfights as a Marine in the
Yeah, those days are behind me. So,
but so we're not doing that right now in the Airstream. We would love for you to come along with us on our journey. I mean, this really is about our future as people who are kind of reclaiming simplicity and minimalism and just like self-sufficiency as humans who know how to feed themselves and care for themselves. All the stuff that we ask others to do for us, which has created all kinds of problems environmentally, economically. Not saying we're gonna make our own clothes, but maybe we'll get to know the people who do. It's all about sort of shortening the path towards relationship and knowing where the stuff that keeps us going comes from and having actual connections with those people and with the earth. because there's got to be something freeing in all of that anyway. It doesn't seem like the other option is getting our society very far.
It's not like we're the first ones who've ever done this. Even in our first video, I listed off a few people, you listed off a few people. There's so many people out there that are trying to do this, so.
It does seem that people are moving towards like the tiny home movement, and minimalism is getting really popular, and I don't know, my uneducated opinion is just that we are starting to see the negative side effects of how isolated we've become because of technology and progress. And what does progress really mean? Does it mean not knowing your neighbor, not knowing where your food comes from, not knowing where your clothes come from, or does it come from relationships that used to be based in that local economy? And so that's kind of what we're testing out here. Like, is happiness having a ton of stuff, or is happiness having a ton of deep relationships where you're giving to others and they're returning gifts back to you? I guess we'll see you next time when we have this thing almost done. And I don't know, actually, no.
By almost done, she means almost gutted.
We do have other videos that will come up around the Airstream remodeling, like toxic-free living, food, all this stuff that goes around this.
The Airstream's just one part of it.
Yeah, the Airstream's just like the house. So there's all these other things, activities, food, cleaners, everything that we use on a daily basis. We're really trying to just simplify and source well. And so if you're interested in that kind of stuff too, like what you should know about your food, what you should know about what you're washing your clothes with, what you should know about your shampoo, what you should feed your dog, like we're diving in head first into all of that. So you'll see those videos come up around the Airstream remodeling. All right, so again, I'm Allison.
And I'm Lynn.
And we are off-grid-ish living. See you next time.
Click on the little subscribe button, hit the little bell notification. Thank you.